those bets in for all the primetime games today. And that's what we do here on the Drive Through Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is give you free picks from all the primetime games. Let's take a look at our crew for today's show. We have Ann Show joined us here. Ann, how are you doing today? Good to see you.
And lovely, thank you. Nice to see all you guys too.
Awesome. We see you top of the leaderboard. You're doing very well, especially that NBA.
Yeah, it's no joke. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, Rod, for you guys.
It's coming for us. Rod Zawacki, we start the NHL season. Ready for that?
Yep, of course.
All right. Bring it on. Bring it on. Joe Duffy in the center square. Of course, Chris Ruffalo will serve as co-host. We have Al Ninos, and from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Joe D'Amico. How you doing, Joe?
I am wonderful. It's starting to heat up in Vegas, 70 degrees plus, Tony. We're excited. We've got NHL starting today. Just because it's a winter sport, we're heating up in Vegas. And right here on the Pick Dog Show, we're going to get everybody paid today.
Get everybody paid. If you look at Joe's numbers up there, he's having a fantastic run right here up at Pick Dog Spring. We'll get to Joe in a little bit. Let's go bring in my co-host, Chris Ruffalo. Chris, I know the huge news is Harden may impact one game here with the Nets tonight.
Yeah, it's, we're going to see the Nets be a little bit shorthanded. I think giving away a bunch of pieces. But you know what? This is kind of everything going full circle, because didn't the Nets get a few first round picks a few years ago in that deal for Paul Pierce and all these other guys? You know what? You kind of saw the writing on the wall in Houston, and it's going to be interesting to see how things get along there in Brooklyn now that they've got their own super team going on. But it's going to be interesting to watch.
Interesting to watch. All right, let's go ahead and get the show started. Welcome, Joe Duffy. Joe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm ready to pick some winners for tonight, that's for sure.
All right, let's pick some winners. You're going to hit the game at the top of the board here at 7 Eastern Time. Dallas and Mavericks at Charlotte Hornets. Dallas will be laying 4 in this one. Total sits here at 220.5.
Yeah, well, the Hornets are playing very good basketball. They've won 4 straight, yet they're a home underdog. So, of course, I'm going to go with the home underdog, right? They're red hot and they're getting points at home. No, folks. Again, another example of using the odds makers' knowledge against them. We do have a system, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a home underdog, but definitely applies to home underdogs. When you have a hot underdog, you actually want to fade them at the tune of 448, 324, and 22. An angle that pops up a lot. We've won with this before. Road favorites that shoot substantially more three-pointers than the league average. A very good play. 13, 16, 10, 73, and 54. Also, fading home underdogs off of a win under specific circumstances are 61, 23, and 1. Now, this was very close to being a premium pick. Really, a lot of compilation of systems and no super systems really were going against it. So why isn't it quite a premium play? Well, admittedly, our number one software computer simulator does like the home underdog here. Plus, I am influenced by a few opinions that I trust, and one of the NBA sharps is actually going with Charlotte here, but then again, to use some flawed logic. He said, how can they be such a big road favorite, Dallas be such a big road favorite when they lost 118-99 at home as an 8-point favorite, but away favorites of 3.5 or more in same season revenge of a 19-point or more loss, a pretty impressive 33, 16 and 1 for 67.3%. So maybe enough to keep me off of this being a premium play, but still a pretty strong play. Dallas -4, -3.5. W marks the center square.
All right, Joe Duff here. Dallas Mavericks -4 against Charlotte Hornets. Looked like Porzingis, at least he was listed as possibly getting back. Maybe they'll bring him back in a bench role, get him some minutes to get that fitness level up. Chris, what say you in this one?
Yeah, this was a pick I gave out on the morning show. I like Dallas as well. There are two teams that are coming in hot right now, but it's Dallas that's quietly put together a little winning streak, and the offense is starting to find itself. And with Porzingis coming back, making his season debut, I think Charlotte's run is nice, but it's sustainable. I'm going to take a shot that tonight it's not. I'm going to go Dallas as well, laying the points.
Check mark next to the Western Conference team against the Eastern Conference foe. All right, Joe, why don't you let everybody know what you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium. We've got good action top of the hour from NBA and ESPN game a late night as well. We see the units here in college hoops, so 240 units in the positive.
Yeah, doing pretty well in the NBA and college basketball. Got 4 NBA tonight, led by a wise guy play, plus college basketball. In the NBA, got my anti-splits angle that applies in every pro sport it wins. It applies tonight. Rare case where my 2 top computer simulators are agreeing on the same side in college basketball, and it's corroborated by a pretty good contrarian information. A pro tip here, public underdogs generally die, so that maybe gives a little bit of a hint of what the bet is tonight, but we do have a nice basketball portfolio tonight in the NBA and college basketball.
All right, guys, check out Joe Duffy over at Pig Dawgz Premium. Get his one-day pass. He's got the NBA and college hoops going for tonight. Get those winnings and apply to win those long-term passes. See, there is 7-day and 30-day all sports pass. We got NFL playoffs coming up, so a good time to pick up one of those long-term passes from Joe Duffy. You'll get every play that he releases at Pig Dawgz Premium for either 7 or 30 days when you upgrade to that all sports pass following your purchase for tonight's one night. All right, Joe, as always, great having you on the show. Have continued success, and we'll talk to you in a couple days.
Talk to you in 48 hours.
All right, our buddy Joe Duffy here on the drive-through. All right, we'll continue on our coverage and head out to Las Vegas, Nevada, as we're going to go ahead and bring in Joe D'Amico to the show. Joe doing very well over at Pig Dawgz Premium. Joe, how you doing? I just see W's when I go to Pig Dawgz Premium next to you, buddy.
Tony, it doesn't get hotter than Joe D'Amico right now. 11 straight releases, all in the plus column. 11 straight wins. I am so excited about NHL starting tonight. As you can see, I got my custom-made captain, by the way, Vegas Golden Knights jersey. They are not in action tonight. They're not on ice. But I'm very excited about a lot of things happening. Yes, 11 straight winners right here at Pick Dawgz on my premium plays on all sports. Guys, Tony, Chris, have you realized even on the Monday show, another free winner brings my record here in the drive-through Pick Dawgz show. 39-12 on free plays. Guys, if my free plays are hitting 39-12, what are my premium plays doing? Doesn't get bigger or better than this. I've got another free winner for everybody tonight. We're going to the NBA card. Let's talk Pelicans, Clippers, guys. Folks, Lonzo Ball, he is sidelined tonight, but no worry. Don't fret over it. It shows in the number. It's always in the number. Remember that. Without question, LA has a bit more on the offensive side of the ball, but New Orleans owns the best defense this team has faced in quite a while. And, folks, we all know what happens when the Clippers face teams with solid defenses, especially this season. They've had a lot of problems. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, guys, they have both played at least through the last 3 games together, and you can expect those old legs to get very, very heavy come the second half. Here's an against the spread number for you. The Clippers are just 2-6 against the spread, the last 8 at home. Guys, this is way too many points for LA to lay here. I'm taking 8.5 with New Orleans, as they say down there, and I'm going to take my bookmaker's money. Follow me, and you will too.
All right, Jody here on Take New Orleans Pelicans, plus 8.5 against the LA Clippers. All right, Chris, what say you? We know Pelicans dealing with an injury to Zion there with those COVID protocols. But again, the Clippers not a really good covering team.
Yeah, the Clippers are my Forrest Gump, and everybody knows why I'm going to say that, because they are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. They have all the talent in the world, but you never know who's going to sit, who's going to play, who's going to be on load management. You know, I think the Pelicans aren't as bad as how they've been playing lately. Still a talented young team. I think they get up for this one. I think Joe's right on the money here. I think he's got another winner. I like the Pelicans with the points as well.
Yeah, when you look at the Clippers' defense, I think they're giving up over 47% shooting, terrible perimeter defense. This is not the same Clippers team that we see in the past. They're just not defending. It's tough to lay this many points against a team not playing defense. All agree here, Joe, with the Pelicans plus the points against the Clippers. All right, big night of hoops. Hockey's starting tonight as well. What you got going on over at Pig Dawgz Premium?
Well, sports fans, as I just talked about, scorching hot. I've won 11 straight releases right here at Pick Dawgz tonight. I don't have one big winner. I've got 2 big winners. My college basketball 38-1 bookie buster and my NHL season opening winner. And sports fans, listen to me right now. I posted a huge NHL season discount right here at Pick Dawgz. Follow me this season. I promise you'll always be on the power play.
Absolutely, guys. Check out Joe D'Amico over at Pig Dawgz Premium. See the numbers. He's been killing it right now. Over 840 units of profit documented past 7 days. You see him on the Pig Dawgz Premium side. A lot of W's next to all his releases here. He's doing very well. Good time picking one of those long-term passes. You want to get tonight's pass, or if you want to do an upgrade, he's got the 7-day to 30-day all sports pass now available. All the plays that he releases now. He said he's going to start NHL this year as well. He said that on Monday. So you factor that into the portfolio. 7-day or 30-day pass. NFL playoffs, get you ready for up to the Super Bowl from Joe D'Amico over at Pig Dawgz Premium. All right, Joe, as always, great to have you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk to you down the line.
Guys, thanks for having me. Good luck to everybody out there, and have a winning day.
A winning day from Joe D'Amico here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on, guys. A lot of picks come on from tonight's show. Just a reminder to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day from all the major sports. It all starts at the 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show, of course, with Mish, Rod, Chris, Brian Biller. Then you got Ron Romanelli on the weekends, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's the morning show. Then the computer pick show comes on an hour before us, and then it's the drive-thru at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we debut a new show tonight. It's the MMA show, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So stay tuned for that. And of course, Chris, a lot of things happening over at Pig Dawgz here on our channel. Lots going on. Of course, MMA debuting.
Yeah, we had Payne Hansen on the show this morning. They're going to have a great show for the MMA lovers tonight, or for anybody else who's just into the fun hobby of making money. And I mean, you know what? If I haven't met a person that enjoys making money, man, I want to, because you know what? I think that's just one of the best things about all the stuff that we're offering here at Pig Dawgz and Sports Chat Place. It's just different avenues for you to make the most out of your money, and I'm excited to see this MMA show tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a seven-finger diddler reminds us, be sure to smash that like button. It helps our audience grow, Chris.
Absolutely, it helps us, improve our spectrum of the stuff that we can offer you guys. The MMA show wouldn't be possible without people like Payne, and having the likes definitely help us out, help us get that new product out to people who are interested in MMA betting, maybe haven't seen it before. So you know what, you guys can help us out with the likes. Helps us improve our ratings, helps us get our product out to more people, helps us be able to give back to you guys. We really appreciate the support.
Greatly appreciate the support from everyone, so smash that like button, help us grow. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-thru, looking at another NBA game. And as we welcome the show, Ann Shore-Ann, how you doing? Virtual high five to you. You're doing very well.
Oh, thank you. High five back. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we're coming in this new year strong here, so just going to keep it up. NBA, I love NBA. It's one of my favorite things to bet on. It's, as a woman, it's my soap opera, so that's how I look at it.
Oh, boy, there's been a lot of soap operas today. Today there was a bombshell dropped here, but Brooklyn's going to lose LeVert, but we'll look at that here with the Nets at the Knicks. Knicks, a walking wounded team, with Brooklyn here laying 3.5, total 216.5.
Yeah, again, it's just another big drama soap opera for me here. And I love that the line is dropping. The public is on the Knicks here. And, to me, that's always a good sign. But overall, if you look, this Knicks team, you had Kyrie Irving. He's gone missing as always. But they are just playing so, I think they're personally playing very well without him. And, the Knicks, both these teams aren't playing to their full potential. But if you look at the lineup with this, the Knicks are coming off of a really bad loss. They were 109-88 against Charlotte. And they were 5-point underdogs. The Nets have one of the best, I think, in my opinion, have one of the best offensive teams in the league. And they are continuing to play well. And it's exciting to add in, our new addition to the team there. But even though they are facing a tough defense team, I don't think they'll have much trouble scoring in this game. Knicks literally have the second to worst defense. They're ranked 29 on defense. They failed to score more than 89 points, they scored 88 points in their last game. If you look at comparing numbers, Nets put up 118 points per game. The Knicks, you got 100 points per game. Nets are shooting about 48.8% from the field goal range, and the Knicks are shooting only 44%. Also, points assists, you got 113 on the Nets side, and you have, I think it was around 105 on the Knicks. Overall, you got Kevin Durant. He's just crushed it, led the led the Nets with 36 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. You have LeVert, who finished 21 points, 4 rebounds. Yeah, and Knicks, this is their 4th game now. I think it's in about 5 days. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they lost 3 straight in a row. They're tired, and going into this 4th game, and you think they're going to win. I just don't see it, and so I'm really going with the Nets here tonight. I think, and just seeing that line drop is like an extra present, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that, with the Nets, LeVert. But, Chris, I'm looking at this Knicks team. They're walking wounded. Burke's out, and he's about a 15-point-per-game guy. Bullock day-to-day. Gibson out, the rebounder. Nikakina is out. They're missing a lot of supporting cast. Dennis Smith Jr. has played as well. He's out. So the Knicks here are pretty much a shorthanded team. And the Nets, they do have a surrounding cast around Durant.
A surrounding cast around Durant that's used to playing without Kyrie Irving. So, this is nothing new for them. They can hold their own without him. And Kevin Durant just gives that lineup an extra shot in the arm. And Tony, you mentioned the Knicks injuries. Those aren't going to help a Knicks team that scored 89 or less in their last 3 games at full strength. I'm with Ann here. I like Brooklyn even shorthanded. They're only going to get stronger with Harden coming in, but I like Brooklyn for tonight with laying the points.
Yeah, I can't argue that here. Knicks' 3rd game in 4 nights. Remember when early in the season they had success, those games were really spaced out. Now it's starting to be a little different situation here for the Knicks. So this is the kind of a good selling here on the Knicks. All right, agreement here with Brooklyn. How can you argue against Ann? You look at her numbers over at Pig Dogs Premium. She's cranking it. All right, Ann. Good card tonight. Over 800 units of profit past 7 days. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I still have 2 plays up. One college. We crushed it yesterday of our college basketball. We won both. I had 2 picks. Won them both, 2-0. NBA. I have 1 NBA up there tonight. I'm very confident in this game. Of course, confident in the Nets as well. But this one is my most confident play on NBA tonight. So I only have 1 NBA game. And, I definitely jump on my NBA season pack. It's really going to be worth it, I promise you, in the end. And you can already tell I'm up a good amount in NBA, and already for the year I'm up over 800 units. So hop on that. It's worth it.
It is worth it. You can see the numbers there from Ann Shore over at Pig Dog Premium. Over 800 units of profit past 7 days. Why not pick up one of those long-term passes? You got a 7-day or 30-day, or get a season pass from the NBA from Ann, and she'll get you in the winner's circle. All right, Ann, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, that virtual high five for that performance. You're doing very well.
Ooh, thank you. And, thank you. I'm just going to keep on moving. Friendly competition, but I'm coming for all those guys on those leaderboards, so watch out.
Watch out, Ann. It's coming after you guys. And more
thank you for all you do, Chris and Tony. And thank you so much for having me on the show, as always.
Oh, you're welcome for your great contributions. And those bookies better watch out. Those bookies better watch out in Jersey.
Hey, I'm going out to Vegas, and I just booked that flight, so I'll be out there in a couple of months. Can't wait.
All right, can't wait. All right, and have a great night, Ann Shore, here on the drive-thru as we'll continue our coverage. And now it's time to go to the ice. It's hot out here. I don't mind a little ice right now. We're hitting the 80s out here in SoCal. So let's go ahead and bring in Rod Zawacki. He'll be looking at one of the NHL games for tonight. So let me cue him in here. There we go. Oop. Here we go. I think we found him here. One of the puck dogs with Chris Ruffalo. We may see some videos in the future from you guys. All right, Rod Zawacki, how you doing?
Doing good, Tony. Doing good.
All right, ready for the start of the hockey season?
Oh, hockey's already underway. We're in the first intermission. It's 2-1 Flyers here after the first intermission here. So we're already underway with the hockey. We're already banging down watching it.
Yep, I was 5:30 Eastern start time. I was caught my eye here, end of the first period, first intermission. But you'll be looking at this one here. It'll be the late night game. NBC Sports Network has St. Louis Blues at Colorado Avalanche. Colorado laying about $1.45. Total sits here at 6.
You bet. We're looking at a big game here tonight. We got the Blues and the Avs. Most people of the Avs, they figure Avs are going to make it all the way to the Stanley Cup final this year. For me, coming into this game here, definitely disappointed with the way they ended last season. That's for sure. They kind of hit the bubble, and the hockey bubble definitely didn't treat them very good. Definitely didn't treat Jordan Binnington very good at all. Only had 80 starts. You got to remember, he's a young guy, so his 80 starts that he's played in the regular season so far. He's 54-18 with a 2.31 goals against average and a nice 9.1 save percentage. He'll be going against Grubauer tonight. Grubauer on his own last season. Last year he was pretty much injury plagued most of the season, so they're hoping that he can step up and have a non-injury plagued season this year. But I'm not a Grubauer guy. I think Jordan Binnington bounces back tonight, and this St. Louis Blues team last time versus Colorado, they're 15-6. I think the Blues come out hot, and Binnington steals this game for the Blues. The Blues on the money line. They outright outset the Colorado Avs.
All right, Rod's on the St. Louis Blues here. Money line against the Colorado Avalanche. NBC Sports Network late night game, 10:30 Eastern time. All right, Chris, what say you in this one?
Another game where I agree, and I think this is the marquee game of the night, along with the Toronto-Montreal game, just from a rivalry standpoint. But I think St. Louis, Rod, like Rod said, they're not happy with how their title defense in the playoffs went last year, and I think Binnington's out to silence some critics here that he didn't have a good bubble performance, and I think he's a lot better than what he showed in the bubble last year. And I think this is a bad spot. And Colorado's going to be really hyped. It's going to be a public team for much of the season. I think St. Louis is a great bet to start the year with a win at plus money.
All right, remember there's St. Louis plus money here against the Colorado Avalanche. All right, Rod, a lot of action, hardwood and ice. The Iceman, they're calling you in the chat room. What do you got going on, Rod, over at Pig Dawgz Premium?
Big night. It's second time. We're going to go with it's Wham Wednesday. Off our inaugural Wham Wednesday at 4-1. Hope you can keep that rolling. I've got 2 NHL plays, 2 college basketball, and 1 NBA play. You can get all over there Wham Wednesday for $29.99 over at Pig Dawgz Premium. Or tonight's the last night to get on season hockey pass, $400. Grab it over at Pig Dawgz Premium. That's a great savings. We're going to have a huge hockey season.
Yeah, huge hockey season come out here from Rod Zawacki. Why not pick up one of his passes over there at Pig Dawgz Premium? He's got the hockey pass or 7 or 30 all sports pass. We'll get you all his plays that it releases on the website. So a good time to get on board with Rod Zawacki. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. We'll listen for you in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time for the morning show with Mitch, Chris, and Brian Biller and yourself.
Good evening, and let's cash all our winners.
Let's cash those winners from Rod Zawacki here on Pig Dawgz Premium. Reminder, guys, tonight we debut the MMA show. Chris, I know it's 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, we got Payne on the morning show this morning. Nice dude. You know what? We can already tell this is going to be a really good shot for a lot of us to make some money, maybe with a sport that we hadn't really dabbled into before in MMA, but I'm excited to see it tonight. So I'm staying tuned out. I'm going to stay right where I'm sitting at 7 o'clock, and we're going to have some MMA talk tonight.
Absolutely. All right, I'll continue on here on the drive-through. Chris, time for you to go front and center here. Arkansas to LSU. This one on ESPN2 College Hoops. As LSU laying about 1.5, total sits here about 160.5.
Yeah, this was a game that really caught my eye because you know what? You have 2 teams that are coming in red hot right now. Arkansas covering the number left and right. And, LSU, the big question mark was Cameron Thomas. And if he was going to play tonight, and all signs look like he's going to go tonight. I mean, you have an Arkansas team that's 4-1 against the number of their last 5, coming off a win against Georgia, losses to Tennessee and Missouri, a win over Auburn. So what they're doing is they're beating the teams that are on their level and below them handily, and the teams that are kind of above them in that next tier, they're having a little bit of an issue with, so they're kind of in that above-average zone, but they're not at that peak of the SEC yet. LSU coming in winning 7 of their last 8 games, wins over Ole Miss, Georgia, big loss on the road to Florida, wins over Texas A&M Nichols, Sam Houston State. The 2 losses for LSU for me are excusable to St. Louis and Florida, but they haven't had the strongest schedule in terms of wins up to this point, in my opinion. And with this line only being a bucket, I feel like they're almost begging you to take LSU in this one. Arkansas, I feel like if you can beat up on Auburn, you can hang with Tennessee. I think you can at least win outright against LSU. I like Arkansas getting the points here against LSU. I don't even think we need them, but I'll take them to be safe with Arkansas and beat up on the Tigers here.
All right, Chris Ruffalo on Arkansas plus the 1.5 points here against LSU. All right, bottom of the hour, big action here. Top of the hour, Chris. Let's go ahead and put up the numbers here. You are just nailing it here in college hoops this year. Number one, over 1,550 units of profit documented over at Big Dawgz Premium. Nice hoop cards tipping off top of the hour. What you got going on?
Well, you know, guys, for everybody who was here for Whale Bet Wednesday last week, we swept the board on that, crushed that 3-0 in both NBA and college hoops. Fortunately, both of those went off the board with our earlier games today, but I was able to repurpose some of those. So what we're going to do, for everybody who watches the drive-thru, you're going to kind of get a little bit of a bonus deal here, a bit of a break. We're going to have my drive-thru number 5 combo. So we're going to have 3 college hoops plays tonight, 2 from the earlier Whale Bet Wednesday package, as well as a long-term play that you can only get with one of the long-term packages or in this package. It's a bit of a bonus play, and you're going to get my 2 top NHL plays for tonight for $30 over at Pick Dawgz Premium. This is one of those plays, this is one of those packages that's going to put cash in your pocket tonight. Or, you know, we always mention that those longer-term packages, those are going to be your best value going forward to sort of, you know, save some money but while making the money at the same time. You know, you can get stuff for picks instead of being $30 for a package. They'll cost you $1 or $2 a pick, or even if you go to the yearly package, they're even pennies for a pick. So those are going to be some of your best values. But you know what? We are going to put some cash in your pocket. Still got my college hoop season pass up there up until the end of the national championship game. Guys, there are tons of opportunities up there for you. Don't miss out on them.
Don't miss it out. You see the numbers here from Chris Ruffalo. 1,554 units of profit documented college hoops. Number one over at Big Dawgz Premium. He's got his daily pass up there tonight. Pick it up and then use those winnings and upgrade it to a long-term pass. He's got the college basketball season pass, or you can go 7 or 30-day pass. Don't forget those NFL playoffs. You get those all sports passes. It'll include NFL, NHL, as well as the NBA. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. We're gonna look at some NBA here with El Nino. So let's go ahead and dial him up. El, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Can't complain. All right, it's Portland and Sacramento, 10 Eastern time. NBA League Pass channel will televise it here with Portland favored about 3.5. There are some 4s in the play in the marketplace as well. Total sits here at 237.
Yeah, try to get those -3.5 as fast as you can. Neither of these teams have been good against the spread, but the Blazers have traveled pretty well, at least as favorites. They're 2-1 against the spread as road favorites. Kings just 2-3 against the spread as home dogs. Portland won this matchup 125-99 just a few days ago, and well, that was a premium play then. This should have been one too, but at least I get to share it here with you guys. So yeah, I'm laying the points here with the Blazers. I think it's a good play. I really like this one a lot. They're the better team. They got the better shooting numbers, better defense, and just the more experienced team. Kings are a nice up-and-coming team, but don't think they're quite on the Blazers level just yet.
All right, now Nino's on Portland Trailblazers -3.5 against the Sacramento Kings. This King team a little alien. Chris, what say you in this one?
Yeah, I've got to agree with this one too. I mean, Portland, the far better team here, and they just beat, like Al said, they just beat the Kings by 26 a few days ago. There's no reason they can't do it by 3.5 here. They're 8-2-1 their last 11 on the road against the number. Yeah, I like the Blazers here as well. They're going to start figuring it out, and they're going to be a team to watch.
Yeah, the over looked good at 236, but it's now moving to 238. There are a couple points there of movement there on the total, but the play here, I know Al made a little gesture there. Look at the total, huh?
Well, I mean, they could shoot. As I said, they shoot well. They shoot the ball well. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Lillard can put some points up by himself. We've seen him have had some big games, and wouldn't be surprised if he has another big one here.
Yeah, the Kings defense not very good. All right, Al, what you have going on over at Big Dawgz Premium? Nice hoops card for tonight.
Yeah, I got three NBA plays, 1 college basketball, and my first NHL play of the season, all in a nice little package for you guys if you all want to check it out.
All right, guys, check out Al Nino's over at Big Dawgz Premium. When I pick up one of those long-term passes, he's got the 3-day, 7-day, or that 3-day all-sports pass will get you locked into Al Nino's plays at Big Dawgz Premium for that period of time. Don't forget, we have the NFL playoffs coming up this weekend. NHL just started as well. All right, Al, as always, great to have you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we will talk with you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you guys then. Have a good one.
All right, everybody. Al Nino's here on the drive-through. All right, we'll continue here our coverage. Reminder, as Jack Reinhardt reminds everyone, be sure to hit that like button. We greatly appreciate it. It helps our audience grow. So that thumbs up, we greatly appreciate. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-through. And what's his time now? Well, it's time for yours truly to come in with my pick. So let's get that show pick up there. All right, we're going to be looking here at this Tulsa and Wichita State game. This one at the beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And, Wichita State, a team I was on against Cincinnati, but they're not the greatest shooting team. But Tulsa's been covering. It's a rematch game where they lost the first game in their first meeting. But I just like the way they play defensively. And I'm going to be looking here at the Tulsa side. They've got a big win against Houston. They put together a good streak. So I just think 3 points is a little too many here. Chris, what say you?
Yeah, this was a game that I was looking at, and I got to say, I'd agree here as well. I mean, two of the hotter, more under the radar teams in the AAC, both teams, 5-0 against the number in their last 5. It's Tulsa, though, that comes in winning 6 straight. And I think, like you said, Tony, this is a revenge spot. The nail in the coffin, I think, for me, is that Tulsa's also winning games on the road. They're not just covering the 3-0 straight up on the road this season. I could easily see them making it 4 here. I like Tulsa with the points, and I'm going to put a little bit on the money line as well.
All right, Grimmon here with Tulsa plus the 3.5 against Wichita State. Guys, you can check out Pick Dawgz Premium for one of my long-term passes. I got a 7 and a 3-day all sports pass now there at the site, so be sure to check it out at Pick Dawgz Premium. All right, Chris, before we do recap the picks, I just want to get your thoughts here on this Texas and Texas Tech game, one of the featured games tonight from college basketball. This one is set to go off at, we get 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's 9 p.m. Eastern start time. ESPN2 will televise with Texas now down to 2.
Yeah, this is a hard one to call. I mean, this could genuinely go either way. I think the line obviously reflects that, being so close to a pick 'em. At Texas Tech, they get after them defensively, but you know what? They're not a good cover team. And, at Texas, well, they, had their up and downs over the last few years, and we've been openly critical about Shaka Smart here and there on our live show in the mornings. This is the Texas team that's just getting the job done this year. And you know what? They're an experienced team. Andrew Jones, Courtney Ramey. This is a team that I think is going to make some noise in the Big 12. I would not be surprised to see Texas in the Elite 8. I think they go. This is going to be a close game. It's going to finish close to that number, but I think you lay the bucket with Texas at home in this one.
Yeah, I would agree there. The one thing that scares me with Texas Tech is that game they had at Houston. I watched that game. It was a slow Sunday NFL card for the late games. There might have been 1 or 2, and that was a college hoop game I was watching when I was almost bored to death on some too bad late afternoon games in NFL. So I watched that. I did not like the way Texas Tech looked in that road game against Houston. That's still in my mind, and that's why I'm with you there on the Texas Longhorns. All right, guys, let's go ahead and recap the picks from today's show. All right, it all got started here with Joe Duffy. Of course, we got El Ninos in the house, and Joe Duffy began the show with Dallas Mavericks -4 against Charlotte Hornets. Joe D'Amico, New Orleans Pelicans. We actually add Ann to the segment as well. She pops in the camera, so Ann, be ready. All right, we've got Joe D'Amico, New Orleans Pelicans, plus the 8.5 against LA Clippers. Ann was on Brooklyn Nets -3.5 against the New York Knicks. Rod Zawacki, St. Louis Blues money line, plus 125 against Colorado Avalanche. We had Chris like Arkansas, plus the 1.5 against LSU. El Ninos, Portland Trailblazers, -3.5 against the Sacramento Kings. Of course, yours truly was on Tulsa, plus the 3.5. Let's go ahead and start here with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Oh man, Tony, I'm gonna have to sandwich you between myself and Rod. I like Tulsa, and I like the Blues on the money line. Those are two of my favorite plays on the board. I think those are two that I bet multiple times today. So let's take Blues on the money line in Tulsa.
All right, let's go over to Al Ninos. Other than your pick, Al, which one do you like the best?
Yeah, I'm going to go with NHL play. Why not for the first day of the season? Go with the Blues money line. I like that play too.
All right, yours truly. I like the Pelicans plus the 8.5 against the LA Clippers. Let's go to Ann as she makes her debut here on this segment on the show picks. All right, Ann. Other than your pick, you know the rules. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, there's some really good ones out here, but you know what? The one I'm loving is definitely Chris's pick, Arkansas. It's just a shady line with LSU being being the whole team, and to me that doesn't make sense. And I think a lot of people are taking LSU. And originally, I think the line has been moving a little bit, but I'm definitely going to go with Chris's pick here. I like Arkansas. I think they're a good team, and they'll definitely, yeah, I would just take a money line at that point with that +1.5, make a little extra money.
All right, there's Ann there with the Arkansas. All right, guys, a reminder, stay tuned. At 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to debut our MMA show, so stay tuned for that. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time with another edition of the Drive-Thru, and it all gets started in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show with Mitch, Chris, Rod Zawacki, and Brian Bittler. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from today's show. Give everyone a goodbye. Of course, let's take a look at the Moneyline Birdcage here from Rod Zawacki. That would be Sacramento Kings, because I know the LA Kings aren't playing tonight. Blues and Tulsa. That is your Moneyline Birdcage page there from Rod Zawacki, and looking very closely. I don't see any shakes there, so I think he's pretty confident with that pick. No shaking, because that's not LA Kings, that's for sure. So there's no shaking there. So there would be a lot of shaking if that was like LA Kings, let me tell you. But Sacramento Kings there with the Blues in Tulsa. It looks like he's confident. All right, we'll give you a wave goodbye, everybody. Have a good night. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern.